So CP3 says he just wants to play one more year. Let's talk about it.
On his memory here at Rocker Park. That is theme. Somebody needs a basket. We're gonna see when the call go post. Snacks. Tell me yesterday, HBC.
Man, once again, man, I appreciate you having me, man, and congrats, man, on the platform. And I say, keep it going, keep doing your thing.
Chris Paul sat down with Jemele Hill at the American Black Film Festival, and they talked about his future. Take a listen.
Though you are playing at a high level, that you're in the twilight of your NBA career.
Yeah.
So how much longer do you intend to play?
At the most, a year. I just finished my 20th season, which is a blessing in itself.
So there you have it. As you heard, Chris Paul says he just wants to play one more year. He's played 20 years already, entering year 21. And I got to say, I got to give Chris Paul his flowers, man. I feel like even though people know he's an all-time great, I feel like the discourse around, his career or just him in general, I feel like it isn't respected enough, man. So we're going to talk about some Chris Paul accolades. Now I'm just going to do NBA 12-time All-Star, 5-time assist champ, 6-time steals champ, 11-time All-NBA, Rookie of the Year, All-Rookie, 9-time All-Defensive Team, got All-Star MVP, and top 75. So this dude, like I said, all-time great. People know that, but it just doesn't feel like, he gets the respect. Second all-time in steals behind John Stockton. Second all-time in assists behind John Stockton. And when you think of CP3, of course, you think of a floor general. You think of a, fantastic, he's fantastic. He had the rock on the string, he has the handle. You think of the mid-range, right? You think of him defensively being the pest. You think of him, think of him, as a leader. So, and he's done it at the highest level. I just think one of the things that, stick out to me when it comes to Chris Paul is like when he was on the Rockets, like I'm a Rockets fan. When he was in the Rockets for those 2 years, man, I wasn't probably the biggest fan of Chris Paul. I didn't really probably pay attention to his game as much as I should have beforehand. But of course, with the primetime games, of course, I watched Chris Paul, but I'm talking about just in general of how he plays. Like one thing that sticks out to me is his ability to get his shot off. Like KD and LeBron touched on this on LeBron's podcast the other day. It's like his ability to get his shot off at pretty much any angle, always getting in the pocket, fading away, no matter where his momentum is shifting or going. It never cease to amaze me. I'm sorry, I can't get the word out, but that's something that really stuck out to me. And of course, unfortunately, it's a big what if. I'm not going to go into detail, but it's just unfortunate that he went down in the Western Conference Finals against the Warriors. I just felt like the Rockets were up 3-2, if I'm not mistaken. Just feel like, man, we had a great shot. I think we had a great, of course, no doubt the Rockets were a better team with him on the floor. But just as a fan, just thought, what if he stayed healthy? Just think about what that team could have accomplished. But yeah, man, like CP3 deserves his flowers. Now I understand the flip side. Like, people don't always agree with, certain, what would you say, actions or things he's done on the court. I get that. You don't like him for that on the court, but anything off the court, I feel like you got to respect the man. He's everywhere he's gone, the team has got better immediately. And that says something. That says something about your leadership. That says something about you holding guys accountable, you making guys better. You just look at all his stops, of course, with the Hornets, and then the Clippers, then Houston, and then OKC, and then what was after OKC? Was it Phoenix? I can't forget Phoenix, and then the Warriors, and this past season with the Spurs, man, every stop he's had, the team has gotten better in that first year. So, like I said, that says something. And the only thing missing from his resume, which I think, you know, he would agree with, like most NBA players, I'm assuming, won the ultimate prize is that ring. So hopefully, you know, he lands in a spot in which he positions himself to, you know, capture that ring, to, you know, just add another accolade to his Hall of Fame career. And I saw something, I didn't want to entertain it. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up. I saw something on Twitter, X. Somebody asked the question. They had to be trolling. They had to be trolling. The troll got them. They said the CP3 Hall of Famer. Come on, man. Let's be real. Let's be real. And oh yeah, shout out CP3. I like, if I'm not mistaken, he's now part of the ownership of TBT. Not now, but he was this past season. I was in Philly last year and he was at the championship game. So I know he owns it, or he's part of the ownership group. So I think that's cool, man. If you don't know, TBT, the basketball tournament, summer tournament with pros, ex NBA guys, you know, overseas guys. Great. I look forward to it every year, man. I've been watching it for years, so I like how he's into that. Can't forget, you know, Jordan Brand athlete, man. He has some cool PEs. I know I'm getting kind of talk about some stuff off the court, but he has some cool PEs. Of course, he has his own signature shoes with Jordan Brand, but those, it was some Jordan 5s that came out a couple, maybe 2-3 years ago. They were like his PE, but they made it a general release. I'll put it on the screen as I'm talking right now, but I picked them up just because I just kind of knew the history of the shoe. I don't think many people knew that, but shout out CP3, man. And not to get too far off, Jemele Hill and CP3 did go into a little bit more detail in where, you know, they think, or not where they think, but where Jemele Hill thinks that he will end up at. Let's take a listen.
The plan is to play.
The plan is to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, many people are quite aware of the fact that you just happen to be really good friends with LeBron James. The Lakers maybe could need a point guard. I know they got Luka, but
Yeah,
you know, I'm just saying, you live in Los Angeles. I'm connecting some dots here.
I do. My wife and my kids are in LA, and I mean, I say this just about every time I talk, but the past 6 seasons, I've played in, where I was in Oklahoma first, then Phoenix for 3 years, Golden State for a year, and then San Antonio last year. My wife and my kids have been in LA all 6 of those years. So that's tough. I love to play basketball, but I love my kids and my family more. So that is going to weigh a huge part on my decision on what happens next year.
So there you have it, man. You heard CP3. He said his family, his kids have been in LA the past 6 years, and you know, that's just weighing on him. It's tough on him to be away from his family, and you got to understand that as a human being. I can only imagine. I can only imagine having a wife and kids, and you just can't be there when you want to. So he wants to play in LA or somewhere in proximity. Jemele, you heard Jemele, brought up the possibility of playing in LA with LeBron, who's a close friend of his. And I honestly think, you know, I think I'm gonna go on my gut. I'm gonna say he lands in LA. He lands with the Lakers. Now, my top 3, I would say Lakers. I'll go Clippers, and then maybe Milwaukee at 3. Just in case, I don't think money is the priority right now, but just say they give him a deal that he can't turn down, let's say. But more than likely everything will be on a vet minimum. But I say Lakers, Clippers, Milwaukee, because I know they have a need at that point guard position right now. So, but yeah, man, shout out CP3, great career. And yeah, man, people need to give CP3 his flowers, man. Those are my thoughts in the comments. Let me know yours.